Mom cornered you with 3 potential wives at the museum fundraiser. And, as all good little brothers should do in such a situation, I helped you escape, got you drunk, and then let you pour out your soul to me. You're the one who told me you needed a buffer from Mom.
The joke about a personal buffer had been funnier when Sawyer had been holding a half-empty bottle of scotch.
So, after years of ignoring everything your big brother has ever told you in your entire life, you picked this as the one thing to pay attention to?
Sawyer shoved his fingers through his thick hair and turned back to face the phone as if Hudson could see his scowl.
All I wanted was for you to run interference and steer some of the candidates away from me and into your bed. Since 99% of everything that comes out of your mouth is all about the company, the fact that I ignore most of what you say shouldn't be a shock. Anyway, I thought the ad was pretty damn funny. You would.
His brother, the comedian.
So what are you going to do?
Sawyer glanced up at the closed double doors, beyond which lay Amara's domain of the outer office.
Send them home. Without even considering the idea of having your own buffer?
Hudson asked.
Come on. You and I both know what you'd really like is to not have to do anything but focus on the love of your life. Carlyle Enterprises.
A buffer. It was idiotic. He scared off most people just fine on his own. Well, everyone but their mother. She wasn't about to get mowed over by him or thrown off her game by his surly attitude. Helene Carlyle was every bit as used to getting her way as he was. It made for some interesting Thanksgiving dinners.
I should make you be the one to tell the people out there that there's no job. It would serve you right. No such luck, big brother. I'm at the cabin.
Sawyer should have known. Hudson preferred his private cabin, which no one had ever been invited to visit, over everything. He may have an office in Carlyle Towers, but that didn't mean he used it any more than he had to.
It's a Thursday. Unlike you,
Hudson said with a lazy drawl.
I know when to take a break and enjoy all the beauty the world has to offer. What's her name this time? Who says there's only one?
Sawyer laughed despite himself. His brother was set in his ways just as much as Sawyer was.
You're hopeless. No, I just know how to take time to smell the roses. That's a bad habit you'll have to give up one of these days. Spoken like a man who can't see the trees for the forest. That's supposed to go the other way around. Not in your case.
So what if he was a big-picture man? That big picture wasn't just the best view. It was the only view that mattered.
Hudson, you're a pain in my ass. Right back at you. Good luck tonight.
An itchy dread about something he almost remembered scratched the back of his neck. He swiped right on his monitor, and his calendar popped up. Below the notes about the Singapore deal he was in negotiation about was a notation that the Harbor City General Gala was at 8. They were naming the hospital's new heart center after his dad. The cardiologists and surgeons had done everything they could to help save Michael Carlyle, but they hadn't been able to. They were amazing physicians and nurses, and they deserved the state-of-the-art equipment and space.
Damn,
he said, ignoring the tightness that squeezed his chest whenever he thought about his dad.
I'd blocked it out of my mind. Don't worry about bringing a date,
Hudson teased.
I'm sure Mom will have 2 or 3 all lined up for you there.
With that final dig, his brother hung up and the sound of the dial tone filled Sawyer's office, bouncing off the unadorned metal and glass surfaces. He hit the end call button and took another look out at the city at his feet before crossing over to the door to do what needed to be done. Tell everyone to go home, because there was no job. Clover Lee was in the wrong place. She had to be. The office at the top of Carlyle Tower was filled with the kind of huge guys in dark suits who either protected you from the bad guys' muscle men or actually were the bad guys' muscle men. Their gazes had slid toward her as soon as she'd stepped off the elevator, completed a quick up-and-down threat assessment, and then turned away, letting identical blank looks slide into place. Remember why you're here, girl. Because every day was an adventure, and most poor suckers were stuck on the couch with a bag of plain chips. But not her. Adventure. Romance.